my name is Keishara. This is my audition video for Child of Light Glitchless Any Percent. You may notice there's not a leaderboard for this because I, on a whim, decided that this could be a category and then decided it probably wasn't a great category for me to actually want to grind on. Anyway, all of that aside, the rules are pretty simple, no glitches, casual mode, because why would I play this game on anything else unless I am Takaze? And yeah, so this is an Ubisoft game, and Ubisoft is known better for games like Assassin's Creed and Tom Clancy and some other things. But there is this hidden jewel within Ubisoft, and it is Child of Light, and it's got this beautiful stained glass watercolor aesthetic and beautiful music and a very unsurprising storyline. So we start off here, and our
players perform for the Duke.
words. I'm recording this offline so I don't feel as weird, but you're gonna see this and laugh at me. Anyway, so we have our main protagonist here, Aurora. She dies. Spoilers here in the first, how many minutes have passed? Not even a minute yet. We find out that she's from Austria, but now she's dead, and we might as well just turn the game off now, because why are we playing if our protagonist is dead? But she wakes up, so the game goes on. I feel like this is an overdone joke, and I probably won't do this live. Oh boy. Anyway, so we wake up in a mysterious dreamland, and Aurora, having gone to sleep, she's like 9 or 10. She thinks she's dreaming, so actually we're supposed to know. I think it's got like a, anyway, it doesn't matter. She's got a nightmare complex going on here. She thinks she's asleep, so she thinks this is a dream, so obviously this must be a nightmare because it's scary. So yeah, here's our Ubisoft stuff. So we get this great small section of platforming in Child of Light that gets removed once we get the spoilers ability to fly, but we're going to enjoy it while we can. So Aurora is a little girl, and little girls, what do they love to do? They love to bunny hop. When I bunny hop, I go a little bit faster. If I time it really well, the time saved is boxes is several long, beautiful seconds, and saving several long, beautiful seconds in any speedrun is always fabulous, unless you jump off of the rocks the wrong way. This would probably be a good time for donations while I hop around. And I would probably cut donations off here when I get to the tree. Hop, hop, hop. Okay, stop donations! So, here's our first addition to our party. This little ball of light that's about to appear is Glitchless, and Glitchless has 3 main things that he can do within the game. I was going to say within a speedrun, but he can normally do these anyway. So Glitchless can help us solve little puzzles. Please ignore my mashing. He can help us solve little puzzles by lighting up, and he can also slow down enemies within battle. Oh, he's got like 4 things he can do. Wow, I can count. Good thing I only need to count to 3! Oh no! Things I won't be doing in a speedrun. How do I get back up here? I've never fallen down there. That's a lie. Anyway, so Glitchless can light up puzzles so that we can do what we call light puzzles. He can also slow down enemies within combat and make it so that they have their turns slower. You'll see that we have like a Grandia-esque battle system coming up, and he can also heal us in battle, which is really cool. But finally, and like one of the best things Glitchless can do is he can he can light puzzles come up. Yes, that was really good. he can cause enemies not to see us at all when we're walking on the overworld, and that causes us not to have a battle at all. So we have a total of 3 random battles that we're going to be fighting, and then our grinding for this entire marathon or speed run that I'm doing on the fly is done. This is also a good time for a donation. It's just some lore stuff about how Aurora needs to pick up the sword. I have found out that it is kind of faster to stand where she picks up that sword, just like a little bit to the left of the statue, but it's like minimal time save and we don't think about it. So this is our friend Jim or Jiminy, depends on his ATB. Today we have Keishira forgot how to play this game and didn't turn off the... it doesn't matter. Didn't turn off the things. So, this is what the game looks like when it's slow. It's infuriating. And we got a drop, which is random. Okay, so I'm going to fix this real quick. Battle speed 3. Okay. Alright, so, as we were. So as I was saying about crickets and them being fast, so in that first battle the ATB is random. In all of the other battles you always start at the very beginning of the cast bar. The cast bar and the wait bar are kind of like a Grandia-esque system, where if you are queued up with an action, whether it be... Oh, gross. Uh-oh. That was bad. Whatever. We can call this marathon safety. Where if you're queued up with an action, whether it be magic or a physical attack or an item, an enemy has a chance to interrupt you by hitting you with any attack while you are on the cast bar. Unfortunately, I didn't get to show this off at the first battle, but we'll get to see this plenty throughout the run. Later on in the run, we'll have bosses who will have nasty counters to interruptions, so we won't want to interrupt those bosses, but as much as possible, in order to save our frames and therefore time, we're going to have a lot of battles that we skip. What? Battles that we skip? Yes. Interruptions, so that we skip those frames in the battles that we fight. Okay, please. It's okay, I know this game, I promise. I might not know this game. You'll never know. Unless you go back and look at my speedrun history. My black history of speedruns. So you can see here that we're skipping some enemies, and we're going to skip a few more coming up here that we don't need to fight. I do believe in the expert run. You fight these. I've never done an expert run. This is also a good time for donations. Like 1. I have $5 from the Puexel fan club president, Keishira, who says, Puexel is cool. I don't think this will get me brownie points in my submission video, but he's still cool. As is the rest of the game committee. Okay, so coming up here, we have a cool little, so what's the word I'm looking for? Scenario skip? Where we're going to use our momentum that we get from jumping to jump over a place we're not supposed to be able to jump over by jumping on a box. This isn't a glitch because we're using intended in-game mechanics, and also it saves like 8 seconds, 20 seconds. I can count. It saves a lot of time in the long run. In a marathon, I suppose we could just show it the way it is. But why would we do that? That's boring. Unless, of course, I push the box off and then I'm just going to show it the intended way. But we're good. Also, I got it first try, which will never happen in the marathon. I have experimented time and time again with, like, trying to generate lag. But, you know, in theory, it is probably possible to generate enough lag that you can push the box off onto this elevator thing and get up here even faster. Okay, so Takaza can never do this. I'm not bragging. It's kind of a weird like camera thing. I think it has something to do with my... Oh, I didn't get it. Never mind. Nothing. Anyway, there's a Stardust up there that I was too busy trying to... Whatever, listen. Takaza can't do it, neither can I. End of the story. Never mind! I said nothing. So I forgot to get my skills. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that now. In theory, I could be able to get an extra 2 MP, which is a Stardust that is going to go to Aurora anyway. Well, it's always that one piece of the star, whatever, light puzzle. It's anyway. So this is our first boss. These are some pretty cool statues. They work well as a first boss in that they teach you how the game works and that you can die to pretty much anything. So we're going to start off here by using the Starlight on the back boss statue, getting some more... Ooh, nice dodge. Very nice. Okay, I did not think I was going to... The amount you knock something back onto the bar is random. So it takes 3 Starlight hits for him to die, and then I am just going to beat this guy up. As this is going to be a Glitchless run exhibition, I'm not going to tell you all about the cutscene skips because I'm not going to do it, so this would be a great time for a donation. Or 2. I have $1,000 from someone random. NAMI is a great non-profit organization to donate to because they help people who are in need. Yeah, I would probably continue donations here as well. These are just some cutscenes that are like, hey, plot! Spoilers to the plot about this, I could explain it in like 2 seconds, is that the Queen of Light left Lemuria for some reason, and then the Queen of Dark was like, hey, it's nighttime! And then all stuff started being bad, and monsters started appearing, and that's basically what she talks about in this cutscene. Resume donations.
Once the sun shone upon a land of sequined valleys and peaks of white.
Or, I mean, we can listen to the cutscene as well.
And at night, ruined castles glowed with alabaster light from the stars in the crescent moon.
The rare cutscene that none of you ever get to see.
Each night she walked the palace alone, her luminosity dawn's own face. Until one night there was no trace.
So this is where the Queen of Lemuria just disappears. And we're not sure where she went. My guess is Austria, but that's a spoiler.
The sun, the stars, and the crescent moon, they pilfered from the sky, extinguished them with the monsoon. Then Umbra's dark creatures conquered the land. Our lives soon snuffed out by a wave of her hand.
So, that's that cutscene. We have some more talking about how we can't go get the sun, the moon, and the stars because we're a little kid, and the lady is like, no, look up, and there's the stars. We're not sure where this old lady found the stars, but they make us into a fairy and we can fly. So that will make the rest of the speedrun very fast, because just imagine if we had to walk. We'd have like a 3-hour speedrun, and it would probably be more interesting to watch. Don't tell anybody I said that. Anyway, more donations, please. Here we have some more spoilers, straight from the old lady herself. She calls us a child of light, and then she gives us a flute. I need this Stardust. I do not need that other thing, so I'm going to come over here and get the Stardust in that chest right there. Normally in the any percent speed, new game any percent speedrun, we would get we would get those chests because we're waiting to get the flute anyway. Otherwise, we kind of soft lock the game. But I do want the the Stardust. So this is Rubella, who is highly unused and was used very, very much. I think I beat the whole game basically with Rubella because she has a very fast attack ATB and is very useful. But alas. So going through here, we're going to be going back and getting, I'm going to get some safety items here. But it would be also a good time for more donations, if there are any, of course. Otherwise, this is just a little kind of learning how to fly platforming puzzle. Is it platforming or is it float forming? I'm not sure. It's free float. Yes! Free float forming. So, coming through here, we are literally just picking up some more items, which may or may not ever be used. I think I pick up more items than I ever use in the speedrun. I'm going to give Aurora some more skills here. And I'm going to give her the Stardust and that Stardust. Honestly, like, yes. Anyway, so this is Ogre or Giant or whatever you want to call him. If he doesn't step out of the way, we're going to turn him into clay. Spoilers, we turn him into clay because he doesn't get out of the way. So I'm going to just be kind of beating up these duggies here. This is the start of all bosses have friends part of the game, and well, as much as we wish the bosses didn't have friends, we really wish the bosses didn't have friends. Nice gather strength. I could tell he was going to gather strength because he was gathering ATB really slow. He's going to hit something. Told you. But it's okay because I'm going to do this. Oh, that right. And from here on out, we're just going to try and interrupt this golem ogre thing here. In theory, it is faster that Aurora is not alive for the rest of this fight, but all at the same time, it's safer if she just does not get hit, because usually not getting hit is better than getting hit in most games. But Aurora doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so, and it is usually easier to balance the ATB and figure out what's going to go where, based off of he was going to gather strength there, so it would have been fine. Based off of one character's movements rather than two. But he should be dead. And that is the cleanest you will ever see that fight. I wish I had that in APB. That was really good. If Aurora does die in any of these fights, it's okay because she's just going to automatically revive anyway, so we good. There's some DLC through here where you can get like a cool golem friend who does some similar stuff, I think, to Owengus, but we don't really care because we're going fast and DLC is slow most of the time. Also, all of the DLC, including the dress packs, they add oculi and stuff, which we just picked up, and the Stardust, so we can't actually use them in the speedrun. Sad face. So here we're going to walk past Finn. This is where the biggest route change in New Game Any Percent, and I'm gonna talk to him first, so he tells me all about how bad stuff is happening, and I'm like, oh no, that is so awful. Come on, we'll jump right in later. Bye. I'm here, so I might as well trigger that cutscene and then be on my way. So we're gonna come back for Finn here in a moment. But first, a word from our sponsors. We have some more cutscenes and stuff, of course, so yeah. Donations could totally go here, or I can keep talking. And so we're coming up on like a more precise platforming, free float forming section. What do we call that? Is it like, it's like skateboarding, except you're flying. Is this gonna be a sport in the year like 2030? Wow. Anyway, so we're coming up on this platforming section that is going to be a little bit more precise. It's really fun to do well, which you can do almost all the time if you're someone like, oh, I don't know, Takaze, and then you're someone like me and you're just not really good at the platforming here. But usually it's not that hard, so get in here, get through here in just one section. Oh yeah, we have a stepsister. Her name is Nora. She does some cool stuff. She's really strong. Please continue with donations. Wait. With some practice, you can get through there within the first cycle. It is quite fast. I've skipped this cutscene a total of once, and I don't know how. So yeah, it's a really cool puzzle section when you're first playing the game. You're like, how does any of this work? And then you figure out how it works, and you're like, oh, okay. And it just doesn't change, sadly. So we're gonna pick up some more stuff here. These are some oculi, which I mentioned earlier, and I am getting totally bad luck with what's going to with what I'm getting. So I did not get a single ruby or emerald or sapphire. So oh boy, what do we get here? Rubies, emeralds, yes. I need sapphires. I don't have any sapphires. Usually at this point in the run, I have a sapphire. So before I go into any of that, we're going to, and I've thought very, very, very closely about this, and I have decided it is best to go here first, pick up our friend Robert, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna fight some snakes. As it turns out, our stepsister doesn't like mice because they're little and stuff. So we pick up Robert here. Robert is more commonly known to us in the speedrun community as a bow rat, and he is absolutely fabulous. He slows stuff down, has an automatic AoE attack, very nice, and he is one of the stars of our speedrun. So we find out that in order to get to the moon, we need to go very, 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 very high up. And in order to go very, very, very high up, we need some help because the wind is too strong, so we can't go up. We meet this mountain, which we saw earlier in the speedrun, like 20 minutes ago, named Magna, but Magna's not feeling so hot, so we're gonna find a way to help Magna. But first, before any of that, we have a specific lack of spellcasters right now, so we're gonna go back. And the cool thing about... there it is. The cool thing about Child of Light is that once you've visited an area, you unlock it and you can just teleport to it. Don't ask me. No idea. So, we're going to go into this well, which is normally something you would only see in the All Quests and Confessions, but we glitched that to no end in the All Quests and Confessions category. However, this is glitchless any %, so we're not going to be doing any glitching, and we're just going to float, 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 float. Straight down. Thank you. So, Finn talks about how we'll never get through, but the door's already open. So this is just another kind of, this is how you do, light puzzles. I'm planning on... I don't actually need to go straight up here. Well, I kind of do. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I was going for that, but I don't need that. Okay. Alright, so... first things first. people need skills. I imagine this is probably where I would have a friend in Takaze talking about how skill trees work, but alas, he is not here, and I'm going to kind of talk about it myself at Spider. Because I won't lie, this is going to be one of the biggest RNG elements aside from Griffin. So I'm gonna get Robert out first because slow things are better things, and I'm gonna start with this and get out Finn. And Finn is going to lightning the water guy. This is really actually a very good okay, he's gonna attack. Right. This is fine! Everything is fine! Oh. Wow. In the end, that worked out. I ran out of stuff though, so okay, so I'm going to get out Nora, actually. And Nora is going to... you know, I should have done this first, but it's okay. Nora is going to speed up. And you're going to lightning him. If you think I'm making this up on the fly, that's silly and you're right. Just as like a general thing, like there hasn't been a whole lot of work on any of these bosses since Bella that's more damage than her. I'm going to bring her out since we never fight these bosses, so I think this was one of the biggest reasons of contention to not want to, we're gonna get out Robert now. We're out of mana, time to get out Robert. This is one of the biggest reasons why nobody really wanted to do a glitchless run, because it was like, oh, well, I don't want to have to fight any of those. For no bad reason, because they really aren't that great of a fight. Anyway, this would be a great time for donations because we're just going to kind of smack them until they die. And then there's a cutscene. There's two. That's rude. Until it dies. Honestly, I'm thinking that, like, excuse me for routing on the fly, but I think it's better if I hit each of them once with Finn rather than killing off one, because that would ultimately be faster, and then we just smack them until they die. Anyway, so the reason we want to come here with Robert and get Finn first is because we don't want Finn to miss out on any of the levels that he is going to get in my phone is telling me it's time to take a break. In the spider zone. Excuse me while I get up and tell my phone that I'm taking a break. See, look, phone. I'm taking a break. I'm stretching. Now is a perfect time for donations. Also, stay hydrated. So this is where we first learn about Aurora's father, and he is so heartbroken with grief that he physically gets sick, and Aurora is freaking out. She does not know what to do because, you know, she thinks she's dreaming. She just wants to wake up and, you know, go back to her father and be like, hey, I'm not dead. I'm here, Dad. So we find out that all of the crows that were here were Capilli. The Capilli are... like, everybody has a beard. Finn's actually only like 13. Almost everybody has a beard. Anyway, it doesn't matter. And we save everybody and Finn's grandpa, and people are sad, so we play our flute. Bonus incentive, I can bring my melodeon, I promise I'll practice, and play this each time she plays. Yeah. I don't think that I don't know. I feel like that would be a good bonus incentive. All at the same time, I feel like not a lot of people would actually appreciate that. Anyway, so we have saved the Capilli, and now we're leaving because we have to go save the Populi as well. Ironic that we actually save that actually ends up being some extra text as well in the speedrun, because in the New Game 80%, we skip Finn and his cutscenes, so we actually skip his entering the party as an official member. Anyway, so we get in here, and Nora finds out that there's a catch to Robert joining our party. He was a liar and a thief all along. He just wants our help because he wants to get the attention of a girl. Oh well. So all of the stuff I'm picking up here are actually necessity items. Necessary items. They are a bunch of potent healing potions, mostly, that I will need in the speedrun. So anyway, we're gonna go through here. We're gonna kill some spooters. And while I concentrate, this would be a great time for more, well, donations. Okay. I'm gonna give this to you, and this. Okay. Okay. I feel like I'm doing a lot more damage than I normally do, which is great! Nice dodge. He dodged! Did you see that? That was not nice. Nice. They should all die now? Nope. They'll all die now. We good. So the... Or not, because he dodged! It is faster to queue up an attack, even though I was talking earlier about animations and frames and saving times. It's faster to queue up an attack there with her instead of having her defend, because she has a defend animation, so if she doesn't get the attack off, then she defends, and nothing bad comes of that. Whereas... if I queue up an attack and things die, she doesn't have that that animation at all. Ow. Also, you should not run into fireballs. I'm just saying, it usually hurts. So I'm gonna go kind of marathon safe here and go ahead and queue up more of their abilities. And here is the perfect example of why we get unstoppable on Nora. So in these spider battles, or rather, we get unstoppable when we do on Nora, regardless. In these spider battles, there is a chance for Nora or Robert to start at the top of the ATB bar when the battle starts. This is good. And if, like in this case, if Robert gets attacked by a spider, while he is on the cast bar, he is going to get interrupted. However, we've cast Unstoppable on him, so he will not get interrupted. Happy day. And they should be dead. Okay, they're not. But now it is. Whew. This is another good reason just to queue up an attack with your second character. Even if you think that everything is going to be dead, if they're not dead, then you can kill them with a second attack. Yeah, Robert does a lot more damage in this category because he has a little bit more... He has a few more levels, I think, than in the normal speedrun. Whereas this is a very big area of RNG. Pick up this. I really want this to... Yes! Perfect! Okay, so while we're going through here, we're picking up some things from the spider battles. Each spider battle has a chance to drop you an oculi, and it always drops you the same oculi, so the words "a chance" are incorrect. I'm sorry for being a liar. I did not mean to be. So each of these oculi we're going to use to make a certain oculi an onyx, and I picked up what I need just now to make the oculi for more magic damage, which is what the onyx also does, in a tourmaline, which we will be making from a sapphire and an emerald. And in this case, I have two sapphires and 2 emeralds of the same size. So I will be making a sapphire. I will be making 2 tourmaline to use on both Robert and Aurora. Robert? Finn. Alas. So, many of these cutscenes kind of load in, and when they're in the same zone, they just kind of load in through like a black loading screen, and I can already start spamming through the text before it even appears on my screen. Nice. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up everything in here because that's safe, and this is a marathon. Whee! Okay, we got 3 rubies. Ugh. Okay. You get 3 of an extra oculi there, and it can be pretty much anything, and I want it to be anything but a ruby, honestly. Okay. This is a good time for donations while I focus. Nice slow. That's fine. Nice. Alright, so now that we've defeated the last spiders and gotten our last little oculi to make our onyx, we're gonna go up to the big spider, mama spider, whatever you want to call it, and defeat it. It, with the help of its little spiderkin, created these spider webs around Magna's heart, and that was preventing Magna from moving around correctly. So before we fight that, we're going to go ahead and dump all of our remaining points into skills here. Okay. And then we are going to make oh, okay, please. 1, 2, and do. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this on her, and then Oengus gets this, and you can go ahead and have this. Right. Alright, so we're going to start this by triggering a Yucky Haste, but this is okay because I have lull queued up. This is fine. I really don't care if they attack Nora, but I really wish they hadn't attacked Robert. I will bring out Rubella and solo attack one of these because otherwise I was afraid I was going to hit the spider again, and hitting the spider again would have been very slow. But I think, actually, they're dead. Oh, no, not quite. Soon, TM. So, from here on out, almost all of the bosses have this thing where they, or their... bleh, the boss or the... This is why I picked these up. The boss or the ads are... the boss or the ads are resistant to either magic or physical damage. In this case, the big spider is resistant to physical damage but weak to magic damage, whereas the little spiders are resistant more to magic damage and weak to physical damage. So we want to... I'm gonna let the spider go. Oh dear. That's unfortunate. Strength. I did not want to waste this here, but that's okay. I will look up where I can possibly find replacements. Finn needs a magic potion. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So you'll find that throughout the rest of the speedrun, we're going to be trying to take out the ads, which are usually weak to the opposite thing as the boss, and then take out the boss. Hi, Spider Day. Oh, it's not dead. It's okay. There we go. So after this is technically, I don't know, I would consider it a bug and therefore not viable in the glitchless category. It saves about like 45 to 60 seconds, like 65 seconds, depending on your loading times, but there is a cutscene skip where you can skip this cutscene by teleporting via opening the menu in a very small section that you can open the menu for whatever reason before it teleports you to here, and then you teleport to a different area and it skips this cutscene altogether. But Aurora plays her flute, and this is a great time for some more donations. I have a $5 donation from Flame Retardant Hair Gel. Fortunately, Robert wears the correct hair gel and doesn't go fighting people who have flutes that catch them on fire in pyramids. Good for Robert. Alright. I don't know why he just sits there. He just sits there, but he's in our party, so we leave. Bye! So there are actually some, side quests that are opened up now through the through opening up Magna and her trade route and stuff. The people in Bomus Populi like us a little bit more now that we, you know, saved their home, which is a moving living mountain. Excuse me. So we're going to go up and with the help of the big giant mountain, whom if you didn't remember from the beginning of the speedrun, you probably remember now was walking in the background. And Magna drops us off up here, and we're gonna go fight our favorite boss, Griffin. But as we get up there, there are probably there is probably some time for one more donation. Ow! I ran into that and that hurt. Okay, so I'm going to take this oculi off of Finn, and put it on Aurora because she's going to need it more. I don't really think, okay, well, yeah, and that's it. All right, and that's all for that. I healed with the Stardust. Literally, I'm not going to be talking during this because, well, I probably will because I talk to myself while I do things. But I'm not going to be talking during this for the marathon because this is focus time. But feel free to read donations because I don't need you to be quiet for me to focus. That was a burning cry. I did this out of order. That was weird. But fine. Because they should aggro on Aurora. Which they did. Holy crit balls! Switch into Finn. Do this, and we'll do that. Nice gather strength. Depending on the ATB, that might be a better setup. Whoa! That's bad, that's bad, that's bad. Heal, heal, heal! This is okay. This is fine. Nice. And that other one is dead. What's this? Wait. I used the wrong thing on the wrong person. Very nice. Technically, that is exactly what I would have needed to happen in this situation, which is perfect. You're going to use on him. Robert is going to eat the birdie. Okay, and we should be safe here. There is a chance that he's going to revive, which will be mildly inconvenient. Nice petrify. Go. Revive. Mildly inconvenient. But I'm going to go ahead and take out Griffin with two. The only thing that can one-shot that ghost is a crit from Aurora. And I don't even remember if she has enough MP, so I'm not going to bother trying to bring Aurora out in the hopes that she has enough MP and then find out she doesn't. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and say that even if... Oh, nice! I was going to say even if he doesn't die here, I was going to let, hopefully, Robert interrupt him because he would either die or cause us less problems by slowing us instead of reviving. Anyway, so we go on here, and this is our next kind of cutscene where we find out more about Aurora's father. So Aurora, having come up here and learning from her stepsister that there's a mirror up here that can take her home. So Aurora wants to go home in order to, you know, tell her father she's okay because he is dying from heartbreak. He doesn't care that his little island in Austria is flooding, and they need to like get a doctor to come, you know, make sure that the Duke doesn't die because he is so heartbroken that Aurora is gone and dead. And Aurora's like, no, I'm here. So we say goodbye to our friends. Bye. We'll miss you too. Ignore the fact that there are definitely treasure chests through this area that are only openable by Glitchless because our stepsister would never betray us. Look at that, she has white hair. That means she's a good person. White hair, white dress, good person. Over here, sister. All right, Nora, where are we? Follow me. Okay, I'm coming. Oh, it's raining. That's normal. Wow, it's our other stepsister who was never mentioned before, and our stepmother, Umbra. Wait a second. You're all evil. Nani? The sudden but inevitable betrayal. And there is our star of the speedrun right there in the back. Oh, Oengus, just kind of watching us getting beat up. So... our stepsister and our stepsisters, sorry, and our stepmother betray us, and you correctly assumed that they are the Queen of Dark and her sister and her daughters. Anyway, so there is this woman with a slightly familiar cloak. Who is our mother, and she's just chilling with us by this random tree, and it's a dream, so we're going to ignore the weird like motes of darkness going up. That's fine. And our mother is talking to us about being a queen one day, and Aurora's like, Chef, that's nah. If I'm a queen, I'm going to make all of my subjects leave. Bye. Oh wait, did not go quite far enough. Hey. Anyway, so that's our last little hoppy hop, and Aurora tries to help her mother who is dying from some sort of poison or what have you. And this is a great time for donations, and if you're speedrunning this casually, it is a great time to get up and stretch your legs, which I'm going to do very briefly here, because this is my house and not a marathon. Oh. Also a great time for donations. Did I mention that? Donations! Donations are great! Excuse me. So here's where we find out that Aurora's mother is actually the one who kind of saves Aurora. She kind of foresees Aurora getting killed the same way she did. And she saves her by casting a spell that sends her to Lemuria when she dies. Like, I don't think Aurora quite knows this, so she's really sad and she plays her flute. And the guard guy who I mentioned earlier, Owengus, he hears the song and he says, "Hey, I know that song. You're an ally of the Queen of Light. And good thing I just remembered that skipping your cutscene is calling Glitchless of Light." Okay, anyway, so we're gonna go down here. Woo! Oh, I barely missed those. I'm going to go ahead and grab these. This is super marathon safety. 3 more potent healing tonics, which heal you up to full, which is very nice in any situation ever. The end. So I'm gonna go in here and release my friends. They're stuck. We find out that after we left, the Queen Umbra kidnapped our friends. And put them in these cages. It's okay, we saved them. And we need to figure out how to do this thing. And it's easy because we're speedrunners. There's also a slight optimization there with the timing that hopefully myself or Takaza can talk about. So as it is Glitchless, we're also going to be doing Oengus's little puzzle thing here, which I promise I will have practiced. You believe me, right? I believe me. Okay, so down. So, hey. So there's there are a few things that we don't normally pick up through here, which make this route slightly safer. Yes. There's a puzzle. Down, right? Down. Where is it? Oh. Ah! Surprise! I'm the one that's surprised! Bye! Okay, yes, it's down. Okay. So there are quite a few things that we don't normally get in the speedrun that we're going to be able to pick up here. I need to... Yep. I mostly have this committed to memory. It's hard sometimes. So it's based off of the thing on her shield there, and there we go, puzzle solved. So we found Oengus's friends. They're all trapped in here, but because we got through the puzzle, they're free again, but Oengus is still outcasted, so he leaves. Bye! And yeah, that's fine. Alright. And he says some stuff to us, but I ignored it, so we're not really entirely sure what he says. And we come out here, Oengus is really sad, and we play our flute again! To be fair, I think Oengus was probably right. He gave himself up to keep all of his tribe from being killed, which is pretty brave. Shoutouts to Oengus. Yeah, so this and having to do fence quests are basically what add the time to this category, and we're still at like 130 pace, so unless like Umbra treats me very poorly, as she did in my practice this morning. Hey. Right, anyway, so we get Oengus. Normally we glitch him in the glitchless, or sorry, in the new game any percent category, but we have Oengus now, and we have extra things, and we're gonna throw down some menus here. So I'm going to go up the Oengus has more time for his taunt category there. We're going to throw down all of these really good defense, and we're going to put this magic one on her, and dodge and stuff on Oengus. I'm going to heal Oengus, and then I'm going to put some oculi back on my friends because it all got taken off. Also, I did not realize I have this, but I'm going to go ahead and put this on you now. Thank you. And go ahead and put this back on you because that will save me a little bit more menuing later. And then we're going to fight our first stepsister, Cordelia, who has a longer name. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Cordelia. She's a dragon, therefore a jerk bird. And we're gonna go ahead and start off this battle with a taunt, which makes everything attack Oengus, and a slow. Nice, and we interrupted these two. This one here in the front was going to do a Wheel of Death, which attacks everybody alive on the allies' side, but because that's unfortunate, that's something we really want to avoid. And I'm going to go ahead because I can get this off onto Aurora. He was also going to cast Wheel of Death. Oengus will need to heal himself, but this is okay. I'm going to slow you, just in case. So as you can see, Aurora's magic attack is not doing any damage to Cordelia here, and that is because she is strong against magic. However, the Wraiths in the front are not, and they are just going to get destroyed. For whatever reason, the top Wraith has more HP than the bottom Wraith, and we're not entirely sure why. Has it been 3 turns yet? Let's just assume it has. Better safe than sorry. In almost all times, if Cordelia is about to go first, she will almost always outspeed your party unless you slow her, and then you chance interrupting her. Cordelia's interrupt is very unfortunate, and it heals the enemies, and essentially causes the battle to last an extra turn, which we don't want. So I'm going to bring out Robert here, slow Cordelia because she is better slowed. Go ahead and let her go. She gathered strength, that's good. And then I'm going to speed up Oengus here with a potion. And then go all out. Connive a cleave! Woo! Nice crits! So, Oengus has a kind of like passive effect that he can knock stuff back on the weight bar. Unfortunately, she gathered strength, which is something that prevents this. But he does have like a 10% passive chance to knock stuff back on the weight bar, which is really helpful. There are some other things, oculi, that can also do this, but we're not going to worry about those really. And that was Cordelia. That was also a really nice Cordelia. So now that we've defeated Cordelia and leveled up a lot, and got a faceted diamond, you always get that diamond from this fight, we get the moon. Like she is holding it or something. And Aurora says, "Moon prism power, make up!" And turns into a teenager. Lemuria physics, we don't ask things. Like, you always come of age when you pick up the moon, come on. And we go on to our next little section here. This cutscene's kind of long, and then there's like a whole bunch of other cutscenes after, like us just kind of floating around. So this is a great extended time for donations.
The stars went joyfully
While I drink some more water.
and made her journey to the sea. If the highest of the high was in the sky, the lowest of the low had to be beneath the white-capped waves of the Lemurian Sea.
Just going straight off of my OBS recording time, because I don't have any splits up, because, like, honestly, who cares about their time in a submission video? We're about 6 minutes behind in the fact that, let's say, 6 minutes ago, in the world record and second place runs, we're fighting 2 bosses from now, but it's not a big deal because they're not that bad. I don't know why I picked that up. Anyway, so there are literally just more cutscenes here. We meet this really cool bard character named Gen, who we don't pick up because it's too much time. And also, she's not useful to the speedrun. If there's anybody out there, and this actually gets in, who does randomizers, I would love to have like a Child of Light randomizer. I would play the crap out of that. That would be beautiful. Anyway, so in here, there's a long cutscene. We talk something about the villagers being eaten. Nice tumbled emeralds. I'm going to pick up those chests. Oi, oi. And pick up this chest here. Oi. Oh no, more tumbled emeralds. Look at elixirs. Oh yeah, I normally pick up those antidotes, but I actually got an antidote at the beginning of the game, which I should have remembered. Anyway, so we have like this cool like puzzle, and actually technically Aurora and Igniculus are having 2 conversations simultaneously about Latin numbers and why Aurora left. Alright, so normally you want to, like in a casual run, I highly suggest you push this down because otherwise you have to do that blind. But it's okay because I kind of know where it is and where I need to have the thing pointed. Okay, so doing some menus here. An important thing for me to always remember is that the cursor, for whatever reason, after Aurora is turned into an adult and everybody, ooh, I didn't need to do hers, but that's okay. And everybody's, oh, I needed to do the Stardust. Whatever, it's okay. And everybody's cursors gets reset on the skill bars, so you do have a small chance if you just press spacebar like a maniac like me to miss skill. So that's something that I'm always very careful about when skilling because I have lost the run to that. So this is Ogre's cousin, bigger ogre. We're going to cast the slow spell and let the ogre go, and yeah, hinder ult, not slow spell, whatever. Anyway, we lost our slow spell. She left when she betrayed us. And then we're gonna get Finn out, and he's going to cast a lot of lightning. Dogs don't like lightning. That has nothing to do with why he casts lightning. Nice damage, Elixir. I meant to talk about this, and then I forgot. So, the reason... I'm gonna... do that. Dreadful Halloween. So, the reason we have Finn casting lightning over all else is that down Finn's lightning change, there is actually a passive spell that he gets called Capelli's Rage. And the Capelli's Rage raises his magic attack significantly. Robert is going to just hinder, and you're going to attack because this guy is going to attack us with an AoE attack that is going to knock us all the way back. Ogre's Wraith. Except my man Robert dodged. Normally Oangus is much better, but we're fine. Because critical hits. Note to self. I will actually have notes on what I want to say when I want to say it. But I want to talk about the skill trees somewhere about spider. Or I suppose in this case snakes, because that's when we start skilling up. So we have like a little mini boss rush. There's really not supposed to be a boss rush. I think you're meant to, you know, do more things like, ow. I thought I dodged that. I have, Anyway, puzzles! You're meant to do puzzles. I skipped some potions there because I have a surplus of potions so that I do not need to go and pick up more potions. Yeah, but this is like a mini boss rush because I'm pretty sure you're meant to fight more things than we fight more things along the way and just do puzzles and stuff, like figure out this next puzzle, which we are just going to kind of surpass the figuring out thing because we know where it is and you don't actually have to figure it out in order to access it. But yeah, so it's like a mini boss rush because of how many things we can just kind of skip. Whee! So we go up here. Secret area! What mysterious place is this? No idea, but I don't want to miss. But this I don't want to miss. Okay, and then we're going to craft some oculi. So I can make some big oculi here. I can make a spinel, which will boost Aurora up onto the bar. I am actually going to remove that and make this because that is much better than what I had. And give you this. Owen keeps that, yes. Oh, I didn't actually finish doing the things I need to do. Okay, Oculite. So Aurora will be getting this and the spinel, which will make her a little bit faster. You get this and that, and those, that. Okay, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm trying to figure out more stuff. And yeah, okay, and then I'm going to put these on Finn, that, and this, and that, and this. Okay, and I technically want to heal up Finn because he is not at full MP, and I want him at full MP. Finn has like not a whole lot of MP. Also, if everybody knows, I'm sorry. Okay, so Finn doesn't have a whole lot of MP, and we really want him to have MP, and I will focus during this fight because this is one of the fights that I, for whatever reason, am weak at. Long story short, lots of things to kill. only 2 flowers. Big troubles all the time. Aurora. Cast Starlight All. We will do Kadai the Cleaver. Nice crits. These 2 didn't go, which is unfortunate, but... yeah, I really want to avoid Reap if I can. I'm going safe here, and I'm going to go ahead and cleave again. Oh, or it's dead. That's fine. Yeah. I was really being safe. I usually always put Finn in after I think that the guy's going to die. Oh, I shouldn't have. Oh, it's okay. Okay, please. Okay, I want to do a little bit of damage on you. He's going to gather strength. I'm going to let him. Okay, that's much safer than the new game 80%, because we're a little bit stronger. All right, so there are only 2 flowers in there, and so I have to do a lot more thinking about what I want to do with the light bar, which I realized just now that I have not mentioned this entire run, but that's okay. So, hello? Oh. Wrong one. Okay, please. So the light bar is what keeps Igniculus from being too strong. And I just mentioned that this puzzle is really difficult to do when, like, the camera is moving and you're trying to keep up with the camera. So the light bar is what keeps Igniculus from being too OP. And kind of restricts how much time Igniculus can keep lighting things up and how much he can heal you and how much he can slow the enemies, which is great because, you know, it kind of adds a little bit of challenge to everything. And we all like challenge. Wasn't sure if I would get through there. Props to me for getting through there without getting hit. So this is our sister again, Nox, also known as Nora. So this is an area full of noxious fumes. You thought I wasn't going to do it. We need to get through here without getting our HP to 0. Fortunately, we know how we need to do this, so that's not a big problem here. I think for not many, but some players, finding out how to get through here and not realizing that you actually game over when you hit 0 HP on the overworld. And doing so here, it can make this area a little difficult. My brain is thinking of words faster than my mouth is speaking them. But it's okay, so we need to just kind of open up this gate twice each time, and then we can fit through here. more stuff. Get some heals. Heal Aurora. Put this on you. Put this on you. And then we're going to go ahead and skill up all the way. Right, okay, yeah, that's all the way. And then we're going to go ahead and put this faceted citrine on you. And... Yes, okay, that's perfect. And then we're done, actually. I always get confused because I don't have this menu on my save states for some reason. So this is Nox. I think there's a safe way to do this, but I only know one way, and I've forgotten the other way. This is the fun way to do it. And I've literally never died doing this, so first time for everything. We're gonna see if it's now. So we unstoppable all to keep things from interrupting us. I do it twice because I'm kind of dumb. I think I have more of those. Oops. Yeah, okay. We're good. Anyway, so we're supposed to unstoppable all and then do this. That might make this a little spooky. I'm going to go ahead and heal Robert. Normally I wouldn't heal Robert here, but that's fine. Roll. And... Nice. So, Nox here has this thing, when she gathers strength, she starts at the very, very back of the cast bar and takes forever to cast a really strong, pretty much one-hit attack. Fortunately, we're not too worried about that because we're pretty strong at this point. There is a setback, but it's not going to do anything because she has gathered strength. Nice! Another setback that's not going to do anything because she has gathered strength. We are doing very good here. One more hit here should do it, so I'm going to bring out Finn. And Finn is going to use a Be Fast potion on himself. And then he is going to switch Aurora in with his turn, and Aurora is going to make him much stronger. And then we are going to destroy. So this is where our oculi really start to shine. Finn has the Onyx on, which increases his magic attack, and then he also has the Tourmaline on, which increases his magic stats, which I'm sure increases his magic attack by some amount. I'm not entirely sure. And we just need to basically make sure that Finn's magic, his MP stays up, and we can just boom! We really want to see crits here. If this gets in, I'm definitely donating like $5 to $10, depends on my financial situation, for each crit that Aurora and Finn get throughout the run, because their crit chance is very low, and we really want to see Finn crits, especially from Finn. On the last boss, certainly from Aurora, but throughout the run, Finn is our big magic damage dealer, and we really want to see Finn do crits. I think this should kill. Yep. When she has gathered strength, she doesn't do the little ooh, where you know that she's weak. So we're not entirely sure if she's about to die or not. Usually takes the same amount of time each time. So this is another like kind of 5-minute segment where we're going to be like, yeah, donation time. But short story, Aurora has gotten the sun, but when her father dies, the crown he gave her suddenly no longer works, and I guess he's magical too? We're not entirely sure. I think there's something about confessions in there, whatever. Anyway, so when he dies, the crown he gave her disappears, and she is now susceptible to Umbra's attacks. But she manages to get the sun before she dies. I assume Aurora probably dies from suffocation because Umbra just lets her go. And Aurora gets taken up by a weird, like, water thing. Jet of water that jettisons her up through the ocean. Anyway, clearly this is time because there's no way, like, we're just going to die here. So yes, so this is a great time for donations. I wonder if I should just like stand up and go record my quick donation audition. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to sit here and watch my run. But yeah, so this is a great time for donations and talk about Nami. It's like a 3-4 minute cutscene from now, so I suspect this run, based off of my time, I don't actually have my splits open, as I mentioned. I'm not entirely sure how long my run has been running, but my OBS says 126, so I'm going to assume that, without watching the ending, of course, that I will kill Umbra somewhere around 132 or 133. Time is when the screen whites out completely after killing Umbra. Oh yeah, spoilers! So we find out that the old lady of the forest is actually our mother, who is the Queen of Light, and she plays the flute, and then all of these people from around the world that we have saved, or in New Game Any Percent haven't done anything for, come to help us out. Yeah, we're not sure how the Campili come and talk to us when we get up here in New Game Any Percent, but we don't ask questions. And you can see here, Finn is actually listed here together with Avo, which doesn't happen in New Game Any Percent because we don't actually do his quest. So there's some more talking that we have to kind of speed through. Yeah, so this is definitely an ample time for like more donations. I'm just going to be sitting here and like clacking on my keyboard, which is what I do. Spam Shura. But yeah, with their powers combined, we are the Princess of Light. Yeah, somehow Aurora gets revived again. It's a pretty new crown. And a necklace. Not sure if she ever had that necklace before. So we completed some quests and people are talking to people and they get forgiven and dates are made and then we go and fight Umbra. So in this fight, there's some definite RNG. The two birds in the front, which are jerks, can do this thing called Prey, P-R-E-Y, which causes us to get knocked back on the cast bar. And does a lot of damage. So in a very, very unlucky circumstance, we have two hits of Prey, and then Umbra does a lot of damage to Oangus with whatever she does next, and Oangus dies. I won't let this happen because I'm going to heal, but this is a definite run killer even if you are at like 5 minutes plus pace. So I will probably be quiet during this. I assume someone's going to be talking about something. Oangus does taunt. Robert uses a unstoppable all potion. Okay, this is double Prey. Very unfortunate. I'm going to heal. Unstoppable is kind of mean, but definitely better than whatever else could have happened. There is a very small chance that, like, even if she crits Oangus, that he just can't do anything. I need to get out Aurora and cast this on you. That's it. Rumbling Roar is the main attack. Okay, get out Robert. I'm going to heal Oengus with Robert. And then as the birds are about to be not slow again, I'm going to hinder all again. Could I cleaver all? Nice knockback. Slow birds are best birds. I'm going to go ahead and do that again because they really haven't taken much damage yet. Prey was mean. The birds are dead. Get out Aurora. And gather strength on Aurora. Gather strength? Whatever. Elevate damage. And then Aurora and Oengus are just gonna go to town. Oh, that's right! She's unstoppable! Ah! In my practice, just before this, Aurora died to a crit of that. I'm going to go ahead and get out Finn. I don't normally have to do this, but that's okay. Oh, that's right. It doesn't matter. Hopefully she attacks. Okay, or does that. I'm gonna use this on you, heal you up. Good thing I did. There we go. And fly through this. And this is time. Oh yeah, that was a really good run. I'm glad that that went quite well. That's definitely not the kind of RNG that can happen in this run, but it is definitely not a run killer as per like, oh no, we're gonna go super overestimate. So yeah, this is the end of Child of Light Glitchless any percent. Thank you for watching. I should probably time this run and submit it to the leaderboards because that was a pretty good time, I think. I think it was like a 129 considering I'm pretty rusty. Yeah, thank you for considering this. My voice is dying, so I'm going to go ahead and call it here. But thank you so much for considering my run, and I'm looking forward to this year's limit break. See ya!
No way out except to drown.